Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
It's Pat and JT everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get to some of your text messages coming up shortly. It's 402-403-9478. So you're sitting on your couch doing nothing, socially distancing and quarantining. Text us.
No, why not?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with a little heartburn. My lunch was, I've never had it before.
Never had
People are
heartburn?
going to laugh. No.
Oh.
I said my lunch was something I'd never had before.
Oh, got it.
It's all right. Thanks for listening.
I listen at 35% of the time.
Is it called Gnocchi? Gnocchi.
I have no idea.
Gnocci.
Guarantee I've never had it.
And it's like a pasta made from potato. So it's a type of pasta.
Okay.
And I'd never had it before. I made it, and I don't know if it was it or the sauce that was on it. It's really good. But it's from my little box meals. You know, I get the, what is it called? Every plate, every daily plate?
Yeah.
Every plate.
Like the
every plate. That's what I
HelloFresh
got.
kind of system.
Yeah. This is HelloFresh's little sister.
Yeah.
Every plate. And so, and so I had that, and it was really good. But it's kind of,
That's one of those things that in a
Kentucky
recipe, when you go look through there and it calls for gnocchi or whatever, you're like, gnocchi, what is that? That's pasta.
Pasta.
You just put pasta in. And
Potato pasta.
You look down a recipe, you go trying to get creative, right? While we're all locked in looking up these recipes, and you get to these spices like, I got to get
But everything
leaf
comes
tartar
with it.
of whatever. Well,
Right.
that does. So that's different. But if you're looking at a recipe and you go down and you see these ingredients where you have to go buy a spice, you'll use one time. No, you Audible. Next recipe.
Next one.
Yeah.
That's what I love, because they do have like little packets, and it's measured out just for the number of servings. So you just dump it in.
There's no
I don't
waste,
have to measure
right?
anything except maybe a half a cup of water once in a while. But yeah, so yeah, it's into the, and then like a thing of rosemary or a thing of thyme. And they're fresh herbs,
Which is
like
that's
I've never
good
had
stuff.
a fresh herb in my refrigerator. I don't remember the last time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I haven't either. A fresh herb. I've had 3 bags of baby carrots go bad in the last 2 months. I got them. I'm all
What's
excited.
that
Yeah, I'm going to
saying?
roast it. And then next thing I know, even the other day, I'm like, are those carrots still good? She goes, no.
Those aren't
They're
carrots
leaking all
anymore.
over the inside. They look like corpse fingers.
Have you thought at all about like having? Okay, we're in prepper time, about making a little garden.
No.
Why not?
Because
Like a couple squash, some carrots.
Because you just like you don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Hey, this is great. This could last for a long time. Let's plant seeds
Just a few.
and wait 18 months for the
It
carrots
won't
to
take
pop up.
18 months.
Before you can eat a tomato, it's going to have to be the July, August. No thanks. I mean, I'm all for people that do the gardens. I've said that before, but I just don't have the patience
Have
for
you
it.
seen like the little in-house farms? Mm-hmm. And they're like Arrow something. They have the fluorescent lights, and
Yeah.
there's the pods that you use to make either vegetables or leafy greens or
Do they grow faster
yeah.
than normal, like in a week?
Supposedly.
So like I could plant up a tomato, plant it, and
They do have
I'd
little baby tomatoes
so I'd
that
have
you
baby
can grow
tomatoes
baby
in like a week.
tomatoes. I don't know if it's a week.
But faster.
I tell you, I'd really question the science if it's a week,
Oh,
because that's a hybrid of a hybrid.
I don't question the science behind my taquitos and my chalupas. I don't question that science.
But if it grows out of the ground in a week, I don't know. Might be some
no
steroids involved. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have one pot on the back deck, and I'm gonna have one pot plant, something that I can
peppers?
or whatever, just something. I did that with jalapenos and made my own salsa one summer, and it was fun. I just did the jalapeno. It was just fun. It was a little thing. Didn't have to weed anything.
little project for you.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
don't have
you
the
can
patience
make
to
it,
garden.
because I was looking at I think I would enjoy it. I think I would enjoy gardening. I just don't like the work of it. But I mean, when I say that, have you ever seen like the raised gardens? Mm-hmm. And I saw it was some magazine, then I got to looking into it and what all was involved. And they're like, the planter stands are like regular waist height. And then it's full, maybe 1.5 feet of dirt. And so they're raised up so you don't have to bend over, you know, and you're not hoeing, raking, and all that crap. And it comes, you can put some kind of like a wire covering can go over it to keep the birds out and the
I've seen
squirrels.
that.
I'm like, see, I could handle something like that.
I saw that infomercial right after that commercial with the bathtub we'll just walk into. door opens, you just walk in. Then and we have the
Was
standing garden.
Was that in between that and the bidet?
It was right
the
in
handheld
there.
bidet.
Yeah. AKA faucet sprayer. Kids, don't come in the kitchen. Dad's got something to take care
That's not
of.
where you're supposed to keep the bidet.
No, it's not a bidet. It's a white trash bidet is what that is. It's called Dad squatting
That's
over the...
awful.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting.
But yeah, I've looked at that because I'm like, people are trying to come up with other things to do around the house. And it's like, you can only watch so many TV shows. You can nap you can only read so many books. Never mind.
If you're like, okay, so if they say that if the president comes out and the CDC whatever comes out and says, listen, this is going to last until September, like we are going to be locked in until September, maybe at that point I'd think
Plant a
about garden. And not because I'm worried about food, but just something to do.
It's something different. And it's a reason. I mean, okay, you can put it outside, but you can also have the inside ones too. Of course, then I should have a special one that's just got catnip in it. So the cats will stay out of mine.
Out of your catnip?
My catnip, my garden.
Oh.
But then again, about the time I have a garden in the house, that's not going to happen. I mean, I haven't had fresh flowers in my house or a live plant in my house in 15 years.
And I'll get you outside, get you some vitamin D.
Yeah, the cats dig it up.
Yeah,
they want to play in it, chew on it, all that good stuff. So anyway, that was something that they were talking about some other things for people to do, and puzzles are going to be fun for so long. And then that's going to be over with. Board games are going to go out because it used to be once a week we do a board game with family night, and now we have to because it's all we've got. Getting Mario Kart out yet?
I can't remember that. Oh yeah, we did unpack the Wii. Wii's not working though.
Then do you have the NS64?
No, I've never had the NS64. We have the Wii and we got all the controllers and everything.
NES.
And
the Wii, I've got 2 stupid guitars that go with the Wii.
Yeah, we don't have any of that stuff. We just have the controllers.
I haven't pulled those out yet.
But Bennett has a Switch, so we can. And the Switch is the same thing, so we can play Mario Kart on the Switch. So
I want to get some of the old school Nintendo games.
That keeps the kids' attention for about 14 seconds.
I don't care about the kids. I'm talking about me.
I think about everything that can distract them.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for something from me. But there's a possibility. I mean, so many states have the complete closed. They're locked down, and not locked down like martial law. It's just that essential travel.
Yeah.
So if you have to get food, that kind of stuff, okay, fine. But just driving around, and seriously, it's been taken so serious. I think it's in New York State. There's a video of a guy. He's out on a paddleboard in the ocean, and he got picked up by the guard. They 2 boats come in. Lights are going.
They're not messing around.
One guy out, just off the surf or off the sand, whatever. He wasn't very far out, and he's on a paddleboard. He's the only person out there.
I mean, I can't think. That's a pretty good way to socially distance is be on the water,
right?
Yeah.
And they made him come back in. They cuffed him and took him off because he had violated their what do you call it? Sequester at home. What's the word I'm looking for? Isolate at home or whatever. Whatever, something at home.
Something in place.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Shelter in place. He had violated that ordinance. And then the very next post that somebody responded to it with was a picture of the subway in New York City, which was packed with people. And then on the other side, I think there was a California one. Maybe this wasn't California because then somebody responded, you can poop on the sidewalks, but you can't paddle in the sea.
That's right. That's so true. That's awesome.
What it was. It was California.
Yeah.
So I can't blame New York for that one. But yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's nuts. But if
why can't you drive around? Like you're sequestered in your house.
Yeah.
You're with your 4 people, 5, whoever's in your family. You guys go get in your van. Doors are locked. You're just driving around looking for deer. And then you go back, get in your garage, and go back in your house. Why can't you do that?
You know what? I think they even had didn't the zoo have some animals? Did they take some animals out by the safari park?
I don't know.
Or something.
I've seen people. I've seen a lot of
buddies,
pictures from people going through the safari. But the safari park's been packed lately. You can go through and just drive around.
Les had said something about that. Vogler's, because they're down by South Bend. That there was some. I think the zoo has something because that's part of the zoo. It's all one thing, but. That maybe there was because there were quite a few people that are out there because you have to stay in your vehicle, and you can drive through and take a look, and you don't have to. You can get close to each other in a car.
Heck yeah, because you're sequestered. You're just in a car, so you just drive around, get out of the house.
They haven't done that shelter in place or whatever you want to call it yet. Our state, and there's probably a handful of states that haven't because it seriously haven't been hit like so many other states.
Knock wood. Hopefully we can keep
and
that.
we keep it that way.
Hy-vee had a great deal yesterday for family meal. It was like $20 for family of 4 Chinese food.
Yeah.
It sounded super good, right?
It is a good
So
deal.
we went there, and just a little tip for people that are going to do this stuff. I get it, y'all. You have a whole bunch of people at home. You're buying all this food. Everybody has their different orders, whatever. Holy cow! And I'm trying to be so patient. I know I'm distancing. I'm all this stuff I have, but still my patience for people that are being dumb. I still real quick. This
Don't
lady,
suffer fools. Is
this
that what
lady
you're
in
saying?
front of us,
Okay.
you can get four individual. They could be whatever you want. They're just little pints. You get the fried rice. You get
I've
crab
bought that
rangoon.
before. I'm just going to tell you, I've bought that
Yeah.
before because it keeps so well.
It's great,
I mean,
right?
seriously, right? So you
Right.
buy it and then portion it off into smaller containers.
It's
Put
perfect.
it in the fridge, and you're good to go.
She and so she could have easily, like we did, we just said, you know what, let's all decide on one. We're gonna get all sesame chicken. We're gonna this. She ordered, instead of getting that, she ordered 8 individual meals. Every single one was different. And she was right in front of me, and there was one lady working back there. It took us 20 minutes. She was the only one there. 20 minutes. 8 it's like, come on, dude. Just can't you guys all agree
Do that at
on
the
just
restaurant.
one thing? Right. Not at Hy-vee when we're trying to get in, get out. Oh man, I was hot.
I feel the same way
on.
though when I go through the drive-through and then you notice when it's been taking a long time, and then all of a sudden you start seeing the bags being handed through the window. It's like, how many bags did they just hand through that window?
Yeah.
You need to go inside and sit down,
Yeah.
and you can wait for your food in there.
Or you just say, if
this
there's
is the
15 people in the
drive-thru.
van, each get 2 burgers. I'm ordering 30 cheeseburgers, 30 small fry. We're out. There's no this, that, no tomato, this extra pickle. Shut up. Not in this van.
Speaking of which, too, have you been through a drive-through since this whole thing started?
Yes.
I've noticed a lot of drive-thrus that are quiet. And especially right after it happened. Remember, we were talking about over lunch hour, there was a McDonald's, a Burger King. There was nobody in the
Yeah.
drive-thru, which was really weird. And I've seen some people writing about it. Somebody said they hadn't been through a drive-thru since. I went one time just recently and didn't even think about it till I got to the window. And the girl, when the window opened up, she had on a mask and gloves, which is great. But I was like, oh, shoot. I wasn't even thinking. I'm going through a drive-thru.
Yeah.
We're like too close to each other, aren't we? And you're touching my food. And who's
Well, yeah.
making my food in
I mean,
there?
it's the
You
same
know?
as curbside pickup for restaurants. They got to bring the food out to
They
you.
bring the food out. So no big deal. But somebody had made mention of that. And I thought, well, and then I'm handing my credit card.
I know there's certain there are little things that sometimes.
Because this was, I got to say, this was one of the drive-thrus, though, that I don't have an app for. I may have an app for a couple of drive-through restaurants.
And those are the best. Those are even in the best of times. Apps are the best for fast food restaurants.
You order it,
Yes,
slide into that stall. I'm here. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
it's fantastic.
No money changes hands.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. There are things that people just don't like. You overcompensate somebody again at Hy-vee. Yes, 2 things at Hy-vee, and I love Hy-vee. Still dating them, but the sneeze guards by the cash registers I think are kind of a little ridiculous. Number one, and then also there are people in there that have their gloves and their masks on, but yet they're getting in their pocket and handing cash, change back and forth. It's like, come on, you guys think
That money just came out of somebody else's wallet and they
Yes.
touched it.
and could have been on the cleanest of centuries
Yeah.
that we've had. There's a 5% chance that dollar bill has been in a stripper's
Don't
underpants.
say it.
I guarantee,
No.
but I'm just saying.
Say it.
And at this point, that could be cleaner than what's going on. But just it's like we go overcompensate on one thing, and on this
Yeah.
side we don't.
It's like, oh yeah, I guess we should have gotten upset a long time ago. Maybe, or just forget about it right now. I went through a pet store. I had to get a couple items for the dog. The dog's changed foods.
Yeah.
And he finally got bored with his food, which German Shepherds, I guess, have a reputation for that. I didn't know that. They get a little picky. Yeah. And so I found some new food for him. So I didn't want to get a whole big thing, and I wasn't going to order something. So I thought, well, we'll try a smaller bag and see if he likes it. So I had to go in somewhere to get it, because ordering doesn't take forever because it's not considered essential.
Right.
Even though it's my dog's
dog
food,
food. Yeah.
but it's going to take longer to get there. So I stopped in, and they had everything set up. So, as far as people, they had wipes for you. They were wiping down the handles on the carts and all that other. It was all great. So you went to check out, and there's like a long card table, not a square one, but a rectangular one that was sitting between me and the checkout lady. And so
distance.
So it kept me. It was about like the width of the table we have here. It's about 3 or 4 feet. And so it was scooted up next to the counter where I would normally set. Well, that's where I set my stuff to be checked out. And then I had to walk along the outside and reach across to put my credit card in the machine.
Again, but with you have to touch the pads. I'm assuming.
Right?
I get it. I get it. That's a decent attempt. The table. It's a kind of a guideline.
Maybe it's just for appearances.
I think it is. I think that's what the sneeze guards are too. If somebody is like rogue sneeze, it's to protect that.
Every once in a while, one sneaks up on you.
Oh, God forbid.
Right?
I would panic if I was in a store and a sneeze came on. I don't even know what I'd do because I think I'd get jumped. I'd get tased.
And that's funny. When I'm here, I sneeze in my office all the time.
Awesome. Thanks.
Right? I do, but I always have.
Yeah.
Ever since we've been here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that damn plant. I don't know. But I sneeze I don't sneeze anywhere else in our office. In my personal little office, I do. And just, and I'm lucky I haven't done it yet when a client's been here because they probably would have lost their mind.
Yeah. Probably. Oh, God. I know.
But anyway, as far as the fast food apps, those aren't bad, or any of the restaurants. You can order almost everywhere online, which is great. And then they have it set up so when you get there, you let them know that you're there. Mm-hmm. And like we'll be talking to some more people too. They have different ways of doing it because not everybody was set up for curbside to go. Right. Not everybody was set up for that. So they're trying to make it as simple as they can for everybody. But Lord knows everybody's been really cooperative.
Yeah. And we're getting through it. It's pretty, we're getting through it. We're learning new things. We're learning patience and it's good.
We have to go through April.
Yes.
I think is what we got to get through, right?
I have to get through April. Got the official email a couple days ago. Millard Schools closed till the end of May. So the school's not happening. No sessions at all.
Do you know if they're going to start back early? I heard that rumor too, that they were talking about starting schools back in July.
Oh, I don't know, but I can't wait to tell my kids that that's a possibility. I told you, I said that I took a picture of the thing. It's for, I took a screenshot of a story on CNN and went on my phone and I changed onto Photoshop and changed the headline to President recommends children sleep in garage.
For their own safety?
For their own safety, yeah. Oh, I love messing with them. I love it.
Let me see here if I can find. I was going to look here real quick and see let's see what date we should tell them that school's going to go back. There's March, April, May, June. Let's say July 6th, right after the July 4th weekend. No, but I think I saw something about that for Nebraska. And I don't know if somebody can please correct me. Please do.
I don't even. If that's the case, why the e-learning now then? Like, because the e-learning there it's pretty intense. Like this e-learning, I kind of made fun of it. Granted, it's not as structured, obviously, as school, but there's intense live videos. There's a lot of stuff they have to go through. They're going through all the stuff they would have normally gone through in the classroom.
I think part of the problem is that they're required to attend so many days of school a year, and that's why they only have so many snow days. Mm-hmm. And then if they don't get the required number of days in.
You would think e-learning would take care of that.
I think it does to a degree, but they didn't get to start that right away.
Yeah.
And it might need to be supplemented because it's not like they're online from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m, is it?
It's pretty close. Bennett's on, his window is 10 to 2:30 where he's on different classes.
4 hours.
So yeah, and Sophie's is a little bit different. She's a freshman, so she doesn't have as intensive classes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're a good part of the day. They're up and they have a half hour here, half hour there where they are waiting for stuff to start. But
so I wonder,
it's pretty intense.
That might be something they're trying to figure out for the logistics because there are certain requirements you have to meet to get to your diploma. And it's so many hours and it's so many days of school. And maybe that's part of it. And I don't even know that if they start school back in July, if they would be necessarily in the same grade or if they were moving on, or I think they're in the same grade when they go back.
I am not,
to get caught up.
I am, believe me, I am not advocating for them to go back. I want them. If they want to go back in July, that's awesome. I'll raise my just go back. Cause I want them to be back. Cause I know they miss their friends. They miss that interaction. They do miss it. I mean, I like having them around a lot, but they miss that. And I miss them having that. Cause this is a fun time of their life. I don't want them not to have this forever,
Well, though, okay, by the same time, but then again, they didn't grow up the same way. Because it's not like you had people around all the time when you were growing up, but you were out in the country.
Right,
you kind of
exactly.
Expected it. It was a little different.
But if I couldn't have gone and if at that time, and
Did you go into town a lot?
Mm-mm. But I couldn't have. I couldn't. I mean, now if it had happened now, back then, like this happened back then, I couldn't have. I would have been bored out of my mind.
But you didn't. Nothing. Did you go into town though when you were a little kid?
So
would you have known the difference?
Oh yeah.
On the day to day. I never went to town.
Yeah, I would have known that. I would have known the difference because I knew I couldn't go.
I think that's a bigger thing than actually going.
Yeah.
Because most of them don't. You know what I mean? It's like they have the opportunity and they don't do it, but if you take the opportunity away, all of a sudden it's like, no, I want it.
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to touch your face. I want to suck my thumb now. I have never wanted to suck my thumb ever, but I want to suck my thumb.
And that's the name of the podcast.
Now I want to suck my thumb. They said don't touch your face. They say nothing about sucking your thumb.
Yeah, keep your fingers. I don't know. I have a feeling that might be the ultimate betrayal. If sucking your thumb, I think is just way worse.
That is so disgusting.
I really do think it is.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.